Hey everybody, Danny Maude here. Thanks for joining us. Have you ever found when you're striking a golf ball that you're striking it behind the ball, not the ball first, i.e. not getting ball turf contact? Well, this was something that a recent client of mine, Ian, was finding on a regular basis. He was making a golf swing, he was playing with his partners, and his partners were getting this lovely, beautiful sound, ball turf sound. But too often, he was striking the ground behind the golf ball, and when he wasn't striking the ground behind the golf ball, he was clipping the ball off the surface and not really getting any divot at all. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to get that lovely ball turf contact and those extra few yards that you get with that type of strike. So what's happening if you're getting a behind the ball contact, a turf ball contact? Well, what's happening here is the low point of the arc is behind the golf ball. So as opposed to getting this ball turf contact where the low point of the arc is after the ball, the low point of your golf swing here is too far behind. Now, why is that? What can you do to try and stop that? Well, one of the things that I found with Ian was he wasn't understanding the type of pressure that you're needing to put on the golf ball. So what he was doing is he was swinging really nicely. He was swinging backwards and forwards, and he had pretty elegant swing. He was actually off about 7 handicaps. So at one time, I think he's off about 10 now, but so his swing was generally pretty good, and he kind of looked something like this. He's getting himself set. He was nice and relaxed, and it's pretty good. It was fairly elegant, we described it. But he was lacking the one thing that all great ball strikers have. This strike needs to be athletic. No matter how, if you've got injuries or stiffness, there still needs to be an athleticism in order to strike a golf ball. So in this week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get that. What we need to do is to start to work on the golf swing, we need to get yourself in a position where we create a downward pressure on the golf ball, not a through pressure, which what Ian was creating. He was swinging too very shallow towards the target. We need a pressure down towards the ground. So this is an exercise you can do indoors. Just get yourself set up normally, palms together, and when you make a backswing here, I want you to push out with your left arm really stretched and your right arm up here. So what you're doing is you're pushing and you're engaging your body as you're doing this. It's like a proper punch. There's a big difference to this. Here, this movement looks similar in terms of where it's finishing, but in this situation here, I haven't engaged the entire body. So step one in this process is to start to get the lower body and the upper body engaged in the action. So there's a pressure almost going down into the ground, even on the backswing as you wind up from the legs, punch, punch. Now I can feel my legs activated. That's the first thing. Now I would do what we did with Ian there. We gave him quite a few exercises where he would literally do that over and over again before he moved onto the first phase. What this looks like in the golf swing is when you get yourself set here, I'm punching it back here, my legs are going down into the ground. It's almost like a little squat or a twisting squat, but it's an energy going, pressure going down as I'm stretching here. And that's really important because we've now set the backswing up in a position to then engage the downswing, which is really important if you want to get that pressure going down. Very different to this. Backwards and forward, you see a lot of this. People even working on the positions of their golf swing. Looks similar, but I haven't engaged anything and my body's not active, it's not ready to come down. So let's repeat that again. Here's the exercise. We're going to punch here, this is nice and connected with the bicep here. We're going to punch out to the right here, engage the core, engage the legs, back there. Now we're in a strong position to then initiate part two of this process. All right then, part two now, we're trying to get this ball strike. We've just said what Ian was doing in order to create a ground contact. The pressure wasn't going down towards the golf ball, it was going towards the target too much, really normal. Obviously this is where we want to hit, so we tend to swing through the ball too much as opposed to down first, then around. So what did we do to create this downward pressure? Well, step one, we got him in a position to do that. Step two, we did this. Pressure goes straight down. The sensation here when he gets to the top is bang, and his body now is over the golf ball, not behind it. So watch this, here's the exercise again. Push back, down, straight over the golf ball, not back here. Here, as you can see, there's no pressure going down. We're going to kind of sweep the ball too much off the turf there, leading to potentially turf ball contacts. What this looks like with a golf club is you're going to wind it back, down, chest over the golf ball, straight down over that golf ball here. Look at the angle I've naturally created because of this. Much better for compression in that golf ball. Have a look at this. So when I'm swinging here, I get myself set, I'm pushing back, I'm wound up, my legs are active, pressure down straight into that golf ball. Down, and there it is. Ball turf contact. Really, really pure. So in summary, how do we stop striking the ground behind the ball or even just picking it up? You've got to remember that the golf swing is it's an athletic move, and we need to create that. This isn't about just position, position, position. We've got to experience the body. Ian wasn't doing that. He had a very nice swing, but he wasn't really engaging that pressure that we need in the golf swing to strike it. So what do we do first? Step one, we really get that extending out here, get that sensation here of a big stretch, but not just the upper body. Notice this, I'm engaging my legs, they're pushing into the ground. Here, there's no slide, because we slide, there's no pressure. Pushing into the ground. Now from here, we then push straight back down on the golf ball here. That's a simple exercise you can do at home with a golf club. As I said, it looks like this. Pressure down, sternum of the golf ball here. We're in a great position to strike, and then just naturally allow the follow through after that point, just to flow. If you haven't already, guys, if you want to receive this content on a regular basis every week, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And of course, if you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments box below. I will do my best to answer them over the coming days. And until next week, have a great golfing week.